The Proposition, released in 2005, and is directed by John Hillcoat, who has also directed such films like 999, Lawless, and The Road. And this film is starring Guy Pearce, Ray Winstone, Danny Huston, Emily Watson, David Wenham, and John Hurt. Guy Pearce plays Charlie Burns, whose gang has been defeated. Guy Pearce plays Charlie Burns, who has just recently been captive with his brother Michael by Captain Morris Stanley. And Captain Stanley has a proposition for Charlie Burns. He wants Charlie to hunt down his other brother, Arthur Burns, and kill him for the atrocities that he has done. If Charlie successfully does this, he and his brother Mikey are set free. But if he does not complete this, then Mikey will be hanged in 9 days. So Charlie Burns sets out into the wilderness of Australia, searching for his evil, long-lost brother. And this is a Western, but I don't know, I mean, that's really just the title of the whole genre, but I don't think the words Western really apply to this at all. It's set in Australia. It was filmed in Australia. Heck, it's even filmed on the east side of Australia. So this is a 100% Eastern genre film. Either way, you get the idea of what I'm talking about here. Now, I have been very public in my, I don't want to say disdain for Westerns, because that's not the word, but it's not my genre. It's not my cup of tea, and it takes a lot for me to get into a Western genre picture. Was this film able to do that? Yes, at points it did, especially in terms of cinematography. The pictures that are captured on screen, the way that this whole desolate desert wasteland of Winton, Queensland, Australia is filmed, it's stunning. And the capturing of that beautiful sunset in multiple scenes, it's magical. I loved watching those scenes just by looking at it. I could have muted this whole thing and I would have been satisfied. And I really enjoyed how brutal this film was. It pulls no punches, and when we get to very dark happenings and beatings that happen in this film, you're right up close to it, and it doesn't shy away from anything. It gets you right into the feels. Mikey at one point is ordered to receive 100 lashes. Why you need 100? I don't know, and I don't even think they make it to 100. I think they got to like 40 or 46 or something like that, because his whole back was just ripped wide open, and everyone else was disgusted. And when you get to the beatings around the Christmas dinner at the very end of the film, they're very uncomfortable situations, and they're shot pretty tastefully and pretty beautifully, actually. It's the whole aesthetic of this film that I love. You look at these characters' clothings, you look at the flies that are landing on all of these characters, you get a sense that all of these people are just so freaking dirty. And the funds that this town has, the funds that all these people have, they're not much, because they can't afford just simple baths or simple, nice tasting food other than like the high-ranking generals. So you can smell the BO through the screen. You can see the dirt and grime on all of these characters, and they're not doing anything that's dirty and disgusting. They're just out here in this desert, and there's no getting around it. They're going to be dirty. And from an acting standpoint, I think that this is more actually Ray Winstone's film than Guy Pearce's. Guy Pearce is on the cover, but he's barely in this thing. Definitely not on screen as much as Ray Winstone. I think Captain Stanley has a bigger arc here. Guy Pearce is ordered to go out and kill his older evil brother, and he finds him and decides not to until he does. That's really it. Because he's just tired of this life, he's tired of always being on the run, which I guess I was already getting that sense in the very first 5 minutes when they're sitting down at the table getting read their proposal. So in my opinion, we don't get a lot of growth with that character. But with Stanley, he goes from hating the Burnses to not liking the mayor of the town to kind of respecting and appreciating the Burns, at least for what their intentions are. No, I just appreciated his character a lot more. Plus, I could understand what he was saying. Guy Pearce, Danny Huston, whenever they were on screen talking, they were mumbling the entire time. No idea what they were saying. That's what the whole intro of this review was about. I'm mumbling, they're mumbling. It's dramatic. It's dramatic whispering. I'm doing it intensely, but you can't understand a word I'm saying. I'm brooding. It doesn't lead to a very enjoyable time when I can't hear what our main characters are saying. I can't get what the conflict is. And then comes in John Hurt in a very, very small role. He is a bounty hunter, but when we first see him, he is drunk out of his mind because he is actually searching for Arthur Burns as well, along with Charlie. But because he has no idea where he is and the terrain that he is hiding in, it's impossible to go searching for it, to have any sort of advantage, so he camps out in this stable and he just gets drunk all day, every day. He's going to be an actor that I really miss. I know we just lost him, I think a couple of months ago or last year sometime. Here, he's wonderful. He's only on screen for like 10 minutes overall, but he steals it. He steals it from everyone. I really wish I had more to say about this film. Again, I loved how this film was shot. I enjoy the story here. It's a... Well, actually, I don't know what type of story this is. It's a revenge film, but it's also a bounty hunter film. It's a redemption film, I guess. It's all of those things. I know this film is beloved by a bunch of critics, and it's not a terrible film in any way, shape, or form. Again, I'm the guy who doesn't really like westerns, and I think this one is definitely better than average. But through the lack of not being able to understand or comprehend what a bunch of these characters are saying, and that we're focusing on these other characters that have bigger arcs than our main characters that we should be focusing on, it's a mixed bag for me. I would encourage you to watch it just to develop your own mind. The characters, there are some compelling ones, and there are some that you could tell they're trying to be compelling, but it's just not working. I'm gonna give The Proposition 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Alright guys, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm gonna be watching next, so let's take a look. Oh, God. Mystic River. Nominated for Best Picture in 2003, I believe, because it was with the same year that Return of the King was nominated. Clint Eastwood. I've started watching this a couple of times. I have never watched this all the way through because I've always found myself falling asleep halfway through, particularly right after the murder happens. So that should give you a sense of how I feel about that movie. But we'll begrudgingly check it out next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can leave a recommendation below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter, leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout on the channel. And if you want me to do your recommendation as quickly as I possibly can and bypass the whole random generator that I have here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, just attach your movie with the donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it and publish my review of it as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, if you've seen The Proposition, what did you think about it? Am I wrong in my assessment? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Mystic River. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.